I'm with Craig Hamilton Parker, and we are going to be discussing and trying to find out the difference between a mediumistic reading and a psychic reading. So Craig, what's the difference between a psychic reading and a mediumistic reading?
Well, it's quite simple really, because a mediumistic reading is about communicating with the spirit world, and for the medium, myself and other mediums, to give information that gives you proof that your loved one survives in the next world. And a psychic reading is really about dealing with your life issues here and now.
So Craig, how do you get these, let's call it from layman's terms, messages? Are they visions? Are they voices? Are they impressions?
Well, it is sometimes there are visions and things like this when you make a mediumistic communication, but we like to define it in three terms really. On the first hand, we see images, and this is all inside the medium's mind. We see images, we get a sense of the spirit communicator, so we might be able to feel how the size of them, how big they were, some of their illnesses and so forth. And we also get what we call clairaudience, which is an inner hearing, so we can hear the actual voice of the person speaking to us.
So when you have these messages, let's put it that way, do you have to tune in on them, or could you be driving along? Could you be doing the gardening? Are they out of the blue?
Well, as regards to this happening at any time, like when you're washing the dishes or driving the car and this type of thing, yes, mediumship can come to you at any point. But as a mediumistic person, we obviously can't be open to every vibration all the time. A little bit like if we sit next to somebody on the bus that's got problems and might have mental conditions, we pick up all those vibrations, you see. So we have to keep it closed. So before a reading, I like to spend a bit of time in meditation so that I can do your reading properly.
So what do you think are the main benefits of having a reading then, Craig?
There are many benefits, and it depends what problems you've got, of course. Mediumship is wonderful for giving you comfort and knowledge that the spirit people survive, and you may get perhaps lots of evidence to give you this proof, plus some comforting message. With psychic readings, it will help you see the way ahead, maybe help you find a path to happiness, and help you to be empowered to overcome difficulties and problems in your life.
So far, okay, credible, but how on earth does it work on a telephone?
Well, people find it odd to think that it can work on the phone, of course, but it doesn't matter whether the medium's with you or not. The spirit world can communicate with us over any distance and any place. Similarly, psychic work doesn't need the person with you. We can feel your vibration through what we might call the universal mind. So whether you're here or a million miles away, it's the same. In fact, I would just like to actually say that the Apollo missions actually did telepathic experiments on the way to the moon. So if it can work over those distances, clearly it can work over the phone.
So Craig, does that mean then that it works in chat rooms and email?
We can also work by email. Email for mediumship readings requires me to go into a period of meditation and communicate directly with the spirit person. Very hard, I have to admit, because I don't have the fluence of the person sat with me or the voice to hear over the phone. Email readings work best for psychic readings, and these I find can be tremendously accurate because I like to use what's called an oracle called the I Ching, an old Chinese 5,000-year oracle, which I use as my sounding board to give you the reading. Okay, so if one were to accept your answer to that last one, if one had relationship problems or emotional problems, what would apply in that case? Mediumistic reading or psychic reading? Relationship problems are one of the areas that people like to ask about most when they consult a psychic. It can give you perhaps a wider picture of what's happening in your life and help you make better and more informed decisions. We don't wave a magic wand and tell you it's all going to be all right and make things better, but we can perhaps give you some insight and help you to find the true direction of your heart. And by this, you'll also sometimes overcome some of the stress that comes with trying to make decisions on your own. Can psychic people see the future? It is debatable whether we can see the future or not. Of course, sometimes I've made predictions and other psychics have made predictions. Whether the future is set or not, we don't know. What is important is that we have free will, and the future can be changed depending upon your decisions you make now. So I like to think that psychic and clairvoyant people will give you an insight, a guidance, be like a signpost to help you find the way through the map of your future.